everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Paint Table. This is my weekly show where you see what I've been working on, what I got done, and what is coming up. This week we finished up some more stuff for Monsterpocalypse. I painted up a whole bunch of units, and also my first bad guy monster. I got some Martians. Straight out of the 1980s War of the Worlds TV show. I also painted up the dreaded Ambull, the first expansion pack for Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress. And it also spurred me on to try and finish up painting the 3 models I hadn't finished for Blackstone Fortress yet. I got 2 of them done. Another one has, well, he's got his trim painted. I didn't get all the way there. And it's a good thing too. I'm knocking out all this Blackstone Fortress stuff because today at the New York Toy Fair, it'll be yesterday for those of you who are watching this on Saturday, they announced potentially the first Heroes pack for Blackstone Fortress, which is pretty cool. There's a 40k Gore Chosen sort of like mod called Combat Arena that's been announced that has 5 hero models in it, which they all look like they're gonna be Shadespire, or not Shadespire, Blackstone Fortress heroes, which is pretty cool. Speaking of that, Shadespire, they're doing a Blitz Bowl version of Shadespire, an easy to play one that has 2 new warbands in there too, that include the Mornweir Banshees, the easy to build Banshees, and the easy to build Sequitors as well, which is pretty neat. So reusing those models, said something about that last year. Yeah, so a lot of stuff painted this week. I painted, oh geez, probably 25 models. I got a whole bunch of stuff coming up, some more stuff for Monsterpocalypse, getting the last miniature done for Blackstone Fortress before I've got more miniatures for Blackstone Fortress to paint, and then some new stuff for my Varuna. And also I want to paint my 2 last Assassins, because there's Index Assassins coming in next month's White Dwarf. I like to have them done to show that off too. So let's see what got done and what is coming up. So, first things first, here's the done pile. We'll start over here with the dreaded Ambull expansion for Warhammer Quest. I just get a space print here so you can get a sense of how bigly he is. He is a big boy, and he comes on a single frame in this with all the stuff you need to play the expansion. I threw some paint down on him yesterday so that I could play through it, and you'll be able to watch that today too. It'll be linked in the cards. So I finished him and his Bloodworm Swarms, his little follower dudes. So you get little followers that all have the rad larva on them, which is what hyper accelerates his healing and stuff. And yeah, so these 3 come in the box. I just airbrushed him. I was primed in black, airbrushed him with some good old P3 coal black, and then progressively mixed in some beige to the coal black to do the skin. So I've got that nice fade there on the skin bits. And then just went through and did all the details. Did some white highlights and stuff on the larva that are all crawling on my gloss varnished them afterwards too to make them look all gross. Along with his eyes, and then he's got his glowy, hivey, whatever, energy absorption, glowy bits on him too. He's a fun model to paint, super easy to do. And once again, because of course all this stuff can be used in Kill Team and 40k, and there are 40k stats for him in the box, I did them on my standard 40k basing, so my 40k collection is sort of ubiquitous. And then I painted up Ryan and Rouse, so they are the 2 twin space hobbits, also known as Ratlings, that are finally done. They're fan favorites in the game, and I just hadn't painted them because I was having so much fun with everybody else, so they're all done up now too, which means all the heroes are painted just in time for them to announce new heroes. And literally the only miniature I don't have painted for Blackstone Fortress now is gonna be the big bad himself, Obsidious Malix. But he'll get done. He'll get finished. And here's my additions to Monsterpocalypse this week. I gotta say, this is one of those games where, like, it was so easy to go heavy and paint stuff fast, because it's kind of like Epic or Titanicus. Like, a couple models go a long way in playing the game. And for a game I've only played 2 games of, yeah, we went pretty heavy. I was supposed to play some games with Chris from Loads of War this week, but he had to stay home with his boys, but I got sick, so we didn't get any more games in, unfortunately. But hopefully we'll get some more in soon and actually play a big 2 monster game. So I finished up my Martians. My first big Martian here, which is Demos 9. He's just a classic tripod, War of the World style tripod. I couldn't help but paint them all in the 1980s TV show Bronze and Green. If you haven't seen the TV show, yeah, like it was so perfect. I had to do it. And then the Martian Command Center, which is one of their buildings, and one of the first infantry packs. You get a hunter, 2 flying saucers, and 2 power pods. The unit stuff for the bad guys, for the Martians especially, is also about support and like spawning stuff that earns you power to make your monster super powerful. So Demos is pretty cool. I'm excited for the 3rd monster to come out for them, which is Phobos, which is the other walker. And at some point I should pin up the Ares mothership and the other pack of units too. But this will be my alternate army for my good guys. And then I painted a whole bunch more units for the good guys. Speaking of which, I painted up another pack of G-Tanks, G-Tank Commander and Repair Truck. And I painted up the Shinobi support pack with the Interceptor, which is a cargo dropper, which means it'll be dropping some of it combines up basically with their Flyers pack, their Interceptors pack, to drop off their little cargo beacony things. And then I painted up 2 more buildings. I got an industrial complex and a radar dish, which are super important for blast attacks and making dudes faster too. I couldn't help it, but it's funny because like I wanted to keep my Protector's human scheme like fairly similar. So I ended up, it looks like painting all the Shinobis like Gray Fox from Metal Gear Solid, which I think works. It totally works. And I'll do up a monster for them pretty soon. And so here's some stuff coming up. It's going to be Tara Khan, who is going to be I'm doing him in Godzilla colors. I can't help it. He's going to be in classic 1970s, 1960s like Godzilla colors, with probably like some glory nuclear breath airbrushing and stuff on his face. I just got them all primed and put together, and a little bit of like dark green airbrushing done on the skin. And I got all his little critters, little minions and stuff here, Razor Narns and Stabby Punchy Dons, whatever they're called. Stabodons, his babies, all ready to go. I was gonna paint what's his face, Zor Maxim this week, but he only came with 1 arm unfortunately, so I just got him primed and put together, and I'll prime and paint the other arm when it shows up. I got a parts order or replacement part order in with Private Press, and I already got shipping confirmation that it's on its way. So if you have any problems, man, it's super easy to get parts back from them. They have a cool support form on their website, and it was like wicked quick. Like I put it in the next day it shipped, so super easy to get resolved. And then over here, Obsidious Malix, you can see I painted his trim, and then just like got bored and wandered off. He'll get done. He doesn't show up until the end, so like I have no pressure to paint him. I've got my 2 assassins here from my what's it called, Execution Force, that I still haven't painted, that I'll paint up. And then finally I have my Echo Bravo, because he just came in from Corvus Belli for my Varuna. So now I have painted all of my Varuna except this guy, so I'm gonna get him done. I just want to keep on top of it as Varunias come out. Basically like paint them as I go, and I don't want to miss one, so I'm gonna try and paint him this weekend. And I'll have him ready to rock and roll. So there's some stuff that's coming up.
So you got another on the paint table done and on the books. 24 models painted, putting me at 124 for the year. Yeah, this is a pretty big week. Got more to do. We'll get more done next week, and we'll see what gets finished. If you want to check out the quest for the dreaded Ambull, that's up today too. You can go up the cards and check it out and see the rundown as we send some explorers off to try and face the dreaded Ambull, which has been let loose by a crazy explorer named the Grey Duchess, who then dies and has it on basically on board of the Blackstone Fortress, where it's now I guess just raising hell, tearing up walls and roaring in the darkness. So we're gonna go and try and slay it. I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you tomorrow for Widgets and Wonders. Till next time, I'm Ash. Happy wargaming. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below so you get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirts, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Desperate Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else, and most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.